Ooh, I think I saw some Will Charm me from Davide. Let's see if that is the case. I mean, the deck can do so much going first. And he has decided to actually go with a lot of free offs. Even the Poseidra. And okay, we do see one of those fish we don't really want to draw. We want to summon it with the Coelican. But yeah, the 2 is pretty good. Do we see a response? Yeah, there is a Fuvolos in the end, and also an Impermanent, so quite a strong opener from Davide. Trying to prevent the Neptabis from coming down. It's by far the best card in the deck. Do we have something more from Giuseppe? Taking some time to think. Seems like he wanted to normal summon a monster. And it's the Abyss Spike, which is I mean, it's still pretty good. Yeah, it is the Pike. What are we going to discard? Okay, that's pretty good. The Poseidra. Most likely we can access the Abyss Shrine. Let's see if that is the option. Is it? Here it is. And there goes the Fuvalos. You can technically wait a bit longer, but yeah, he decided to just go for it. And let's see. It is definitely quite annoying for the deck. And Giuseppe is playing the full combo version with both Mooling Glacier and the statue. And yeah, makes sense. He already had the shrine. That's so strong.
Is he playing Mooling Glacier?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
He's playing everything. But the problem is you're gonna give a lot of draws if you go for the Coelegant line. So yeah, we must see something else. Also, it's important to mention, obviously, that things have changed quite a bit since the last time we saw the deck in action without, you know, Bahamut Shark. So, or Abyss Dweller for what matters. And yeah. So much advantage coming down. We are probably prioritizing going for Mooling Glacier. We already have the option to go for it here because we have 5 waters. And it can be searched by the Dragoons. Did you catch what he added for the shrine?
Nope.
No. But yeah. Important decision here. As Davide is also showing us, there are exactly 5 waters at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's considering it because it depends how many draws he wants to give to his opponent. Tough spot. I mean, You can tell Giuseppe is a big think on this.
Yeah, big decision, of course. The game is gonna be decided on based on this, essentially, because he doesn't know what he's up against. We do go for Dragoons, and here comes the decision. It is the Mulling Glacier, so yeah. Let's see what we are gonna snipe off the end from Davide. Here it comes. This could be extremely impactful. Obviously, we don't want to eat the Primate Dragon. And it is... Drum rolls. Magnamut.
And a spell. Yeah.
Yeah, and it should be... Yeah, oh, that's a good one. The Primal Lordy Lord. Yeah, that's a pretty good snipe,
And
honestly.
Davide is smiling because
Yeah.
that hurts.
Yeah, I mean, Magnamut is pretty bad, I'd say. I mean, the deck is water, so you have to use it on your own turn or your own cards, but the Lordy Lord is a really good one to hit. Obviously, the absolute worst-case scenario would have been possibly the Primate Dragon alongside a normal, but like that's quite unlikely, so that's fine. And I think that's a pass. Yeah. Not the most oppressive field, obviously, but given that we were playing under Fuvalos, that's to be considered. We gave a drawback. Let's take a look at the end. I see a lot of trap cards. Is that right? And yeah, we start things off with the Maiden. At least that's pretty decent. Oof, but that's quite unfortunate. We do have the Maiden, but we have the one copy of True Light in hand.
Wow.
So yeah, we thankfully can still place it from the end. But yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Okay. But I think we have just responded to the effect of Maiden. Yeah. So we have stopped with the Abyss Glacier. This way we can access the heavy infantry and possibly have a disruption effect. Because we do have the Shrine Engrave, so now it should resolve and we place the True Light. But we can still use the effect before it's destroyed. That's the only interesting part. So I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Yeah. Definitely an interesting line from Giuseppe, because if you're able to destroy the True Light, it's actually quite beneficial because it pretty much destroys all monsters that Davide controls. But doing it now doesn't really have much of a purpose. And yeah, Davide is able to set his card. Is it the wishes or was it the raw? Yeah, the wishes makes sense. Yeah, so I don't know. We did open both traps, which is quite unfortunate. The Majesty was also in the end. So we are just gonna get rid of it to activate wishes. And that's big.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could have also waited to go for the infantry.
Yeah. I mean, destroying the True Light there doesn't do anything, pretty much. So...
Yeah, here comes the Sage, and yeah, he gets to use its effect. Yeah, I think it was quite of a slow start for David, especially because the Mulling Glacier really hit, you know, to the Magnum, which may have helped him out using its own graveyard. I think he's still trying, you know, to navigate this by having, let's say, not the greatest of the hands, but still trying, you know, put some pressure into his opponent and yeah, here comes the field spell being activated from Davide, and let's see if he finds a way. Yeah, I mean, I feel like playing against Mermail is always difficult, especially because with only one card, you know, they can still do so much. And at the same time, you know, it can be very annoying, especially because of all the interactions that you may discard from your hand. Here you can tell that David is just
yeah, trying to figure out the best line to access this Blue Eyes White Dragon, and there it is. Yeah, and here comes the first Blue Eyes White Dragon of this match. Coming off Quarter Century Stampede alternate version. And yeah, here comes the Spirit Dragon, fully in control at the moment.
well, we definitely didn't see this coming from the way David Stern started. But I mean, I think it's been a while now since we have seen the Blue Eyes deck in action, and we really have to say that not only the deck is super consistent, but you know, brings up very good memories, and it has so many good cards in the extra deck as well.
And here comes one of the main boss monsters in the Tyrant Dragon, which can attack every monster your opponent controls. So it's gonna be so much damage. Could even be almost a game, I would say. Because... yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Yep, so most of the battle phase takes 600 from this. explaining to Giuseppe all of the different effects. As you can see, he has not been keeping up with the game all too much. And yeah, here the Tyrant sets the Majesty, which is great interaction. And then he's gonna be able to keep attacking over the rest of the field. And yeah, deals so much damage. It's 26 over the Neptabis plus 18. I think this is barely not game, but maybe 500. Yeah. Like, I mean, depending how they are counting now. Yep, just explaining every effect to his opponent in detail. The only thing you shouldn't forget is that there is an additional effect from this Abyss Lacia, which is quite strong. And if it is destroyed, which is going to be the case here, you can actually send a Water Monster from deck and then reborn one. Yeah, because you still, even if you negate it, you still pay the cost. That's the beauty of Atlanteans. So this is actually, I think it's far from over. It could be scary. Maybe he thought he could just negate it with the Spirit, but not quite the case. You can only negate the other part of the effect.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just thought for a moment that he could have negated it. Yeah, but now this gives Giuseppe still some hope, I would say.
Yeah. So now Davide can think, because actually you can forego negating the Reborn effect and just negate the... Yeah, that's what he's thinking, I believe. Yeah, now they're gonna be discussing with the judge. And I think probably he said that's fine, which is starting to be a wee worrying. The game could slip away from Davide.
I mean, I really have the impression that this game could go either way from the way this is turning. But yeah, I think here they're just clarifying a little bit the Poseidon's effect.
Yeah, it should be in defense position, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Which is actually extremely relevant because he's 2800 but only 16 and there is still an attack from Spirit.
Yeah.
And yeah, Davide could mind his own business and not attack over this Abyss Lacia maybe. And it would have been a bit more streamlined, but let's see if he will be able to keep this up.
Okay, here comes another pike. Yeah, I think he just wants to make sure that, you know, that's the correct order. But yeah,
Yeah.
the pike gets to card the Neptabis.
And then the Neptabis can bring back a monster from the graveyard. Still,
Still.
20 minutes over and game 1 getting played. It's important to keep in mind that in the first turn of the duel, in which Giuseppe took a long time to decide what to add with the Dragoons, he has been issued a slow play warning. So obviously he cannot take all too long, because the risk of it getting upgraded to a game lost is quite real. And yeah, now he's gonna resolve the pike and in a new chain activate the Tabis. And yeah, given that we are still in the battle phase, we can push through. Giuseppe managed to survive this assault of dragons, and this means that we are just gonna move on to main phase 2.
And here play is back to Giuseppe. Yeah, I mean, I think he was quite a back and forth game 1. And we really have to say that Giuseppe was able to stay in this, although, you know, Davide really pushed and tried to put as much pressure as possible to his opponent.
Yeah, this is rough. Abyss Dweller might not be there, but Double Spirit does a lot. And oh, we have not activated the Spirit, and I think, yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna clarify. Because as you can see, Davide smiling a little bit, not giving a chance to interact with the Shadow Guard, and now he has used one of the Spirit Dragons to negate it. And yeah, this seems rough. There is still another negation, and there is still that Majesty face down, which is able to destroy cards from Giuseppe. Strong effort, but this might be over. We do have a solid end, though. There is Neptabis, which I think on the normal summon we could also just use the Majesty. Instead, we are gonna use the Spirit Dragon other effect. And yeah, that just works. But, wait. Isn't it just special? Because I thought that was normal summon. And I think it can only send back special summon monsters, no?
Judges are just
yeah, they are checking
looking
now,
into
and
this.
yeah, I think he can only send back special summon. That's why I was a bit confused. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, a bit unfortunate because we also revealed. I mean, no, that's a legal move. So the card is still played, of course, but it's just not able to send anything back. So yeah. Yeah, so they're just gonna quickly rewind the game, I guess, because now instead, obviously, as mentioned, he has used the Majesty.
Yeah.
And this changes things quite a bit, because...
this will be relevant because with this interruption, which didn't happen,
yeah,
of course, this could change the outcome of this game one, which for a moment we thought that it was under Davide's control, but now Giuseppe is back on track because not much is being activated yet. So let's see if he finds a way.
What a grind. That's pretty good. We send an Atlantean, then we can bounce back the other spirit, but I think they cannot be... It does it? Yeah, it does target. And there is some questions to be asked. Gonna be a close one, but we have used a lot of Atlantean Mermaids. Do we have anything left? Doesn't seem quite like it.
Doesn't have any cards left in hand, right? As well.
No. So yeah, this is not gonna do all that much. And yeah, we are just gonna use the other Spirit Dragon to just get rid of the last card. And I think that's all but done. An explosive end from Giuseppe. And do we have those Molcharmies? Is that double Nibiru maybe? Interesting. It could actually be quite good if you have the Minstrel, because you can only get rid of one. But let's see. And Bell and a Blue Eyes. Obviously, Blue Eyes you don't really want to open, but... Oof. And that's the best opener. Neptabis. We do not have a response, so that's gonna fetch us so much advantage.
I think there's a Blue Eyes Gospel.
Double Nibiru and a spell, which I'm not quite sure what that is, but... Bell is alright, but yeah, here comes the question of this Minstrel. So, Giuseppe will get to take a look at the hand of his opponent. And could choose to play around this Nibiru. But no, no, it's actually Lancea. Okay, interesting side deck choice. And this shuts down the Minstrel. It can be quite annoying. Probably one of the few instances in which it's good against the deck, but worked out.
Yeah, I think it's just right on the spot.
Yeah. Oof, but Tius plus Dragoons is extremely good. Thinking about it, actually. Really not going for it. Does he have squad? Yes, that's what it is. I mean, it was the only option that made sense, I guess. That's extremely good. You get a search, you get a special. No Fubalos, which... I'm sure Giuseppe will be happy about.
Well, this is a very good opener from Giuseppe.
Yeah.
I mean, still the Lancia hurts, but I think it could have been worse, to be fair,
Yeah.
especially because now if he managed to access the Mulling Glacier and get rid of 2 cards, I mean, he really needs to be careful, of course, about the Nibiru.
Exactly. That's the one card. And yeah, it will eventually come down to that. Also, if you can access the statue within 5 summons, that could be a way. But this is gonna be tricky. So we get another squad, then we get the pike.
And this is the 3rd summon, so... Is Davide playing Drone? Yeah, he's playing because we saw it in game 1, right? Yeah, I think it's main deck and get... Yeah, right.
So now we could get them Mulling Glacier once more. Which can be tricky because if we use Mulling Glacier, it could probably be the 5th summon, and then our opponent is kind of forced to chain Nibiru, but then it's kind of like you lose 3 cards then. And wow, we added another Minstrel and the Mulling Glacier, yeah. So right now we are holding double Minstrel, Shadow Squad, and Mulling Glacier. And maybe one more card. It's interesting that we are not getting to the shrine.
I mean, I think here it also gets to a point where if you're David, you really need to think about if I resolve the Nibiru but the Mulling Glacier hits the field.
Okay, he did have the shrine. There it is. This is gonna be summon 4. And he gets rid of Teus. Is it gonna be co-elegant? Yeah. But this lines up pretty poorly against Nibiru because now we have 5. We can go Mulling Glacier first, but that would be the 5th summon. And then... yeah, that's the summon number 5. So we can chain Nibiru, or we can resolve it. But if both Nibirus are discarded, that's devastating. No, we are gonna chain Nibiru here. Wow, summon number 5, and you can see Giuseppe shook. He's gonna lose his entire field.
Well, of course it hurts, but
yeah, I mean, I was thinking that there was a better line, which was if we link someone first before the shrine, we can go Mulling Glacier, and then if they Nibiru, we still have the shrine to go into Coelegant. This way, kind of risked it a bit too much, I think. And we discard Blue Eyes, and at least it's going to be the only playable card, which was the Wishes. Yeah. So that's big.
So he has the Ghost Bell remaining in hand, right?
No, I think, yeah. Yeah, it's the Ghost Bell. Yeah, should be the Ghost Bell, for sure. And it's a pass. Yeah. Wow. Oh, and we draw the second Wishes. Wow. I mean...
well, what a top deck.
Yeah. Brutal one, for sure.
Well, after one was even discarded, honestly.
And it's gonna be Majesty. And yeah, it's the Maiden. 7 minutes remain. Only Disney Biru token protecting Giuseppe. There is the Abbey Shrine in graveyard, which we should keep an eye on.
Here it is once again. Well, what a top deck from Davide, honestly. I'm still shocked. Yeah. Here the maidens get access, especially because like I think that is Giuseppe playing any interruptions?
Not really. There is only, as mentioned, this Abbey Shrine in graveyard. And yeah, we're not really doing anything. That's so much damage.
Yeah.
We can use the shrine. And yeah, we do use the shrine, but we can use the spirit to negate the Shadow Guard in the new chain. So essentially, you only allow it to draw a card.
Yeah. Ooh. I think that's enough.
Ancient Fairy Life, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Wow.